Hey, Christian, Will Anderson's been a guy that's been providing constant pressure all season, but we're finally seeing him get sacks. Just has there been anything different in his game the last two games?
I think, it's been mainly with our whole defense, just, going out there and executing whatever it is our game plan is. Pass rush is something we really focused on. I don't think we've never necessarily been bad with it, but, there's just some small areas we had to improve on. And I think, now it's starting to show with this play as well.
Michael Casagrande with the second question.
Two, if I could. Just first off, fourth down, you had a big tackle on the fourth down stop on the first possession. How do you think you guys have done in those kinds of short yardage, third, fourth down, 3rd and 1? How do you think you guys have performed in those kind of moments?
I think, we just try to go out there with that mentality, bend but don't break. And I think that's just, what happened on that play.
And secondly, after halftime, I think you guys, it started a little bit slow after halftime in some of these games. How hard is it to get refired, get restarted for a second half after you take a big lead at halftime as you had on Saturday?
It's just all about, coming out. We make adjustments at halftime and we come out and we try to execute. They make adjustments as well. So, we just try to make sure we come out the second half stronger than we did in the first half. And, we kind of slipped out a little bit on that in the beginning of the third quarter, but I think we picked up pretty well.
Over to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Christian, just how much did the coaches kind of preach to not overlook an opponent like Arkansas when you guys know you're going to be playing in the SEC championship game the next week? And as like a veteran now, how do you kind of get the rest of your team to buy into that, especially the young guys?
I don't think we don't overlook any opponent we have. We treat everybody the same. In the SEC, being that there are so many great teams, you could lose at any moment. You can't take not one game off. You go in and not execute, and you're giving up big plays, and now you're putting yourself in a hole that you can't dig yourself out of. So, we have a lot of respect for Arkansas. They have a really great team, really great quarterback, really outstanding offense. So I think they'll present a really good challenge for us this week.
Stephen Smith, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, Christopher Allen's a guy that's been here for a while, but just seeing the play he made, ripping that ball from Eric Gilbert, how satisfying is it to see one of your teammates fight through some injuries and have a moment like that?
It's amazing to see Chris. He's put in countless hours of work throughout the summer, trying to get back to, how he was when he first got here his freshman year. And, seeing that play was kind of crazy to me because, I'm on the field, but I didn't really see what happened. I just ended up seeing Chris with the ball, and I just started screaming. It was crazy.
Brett Hudson, you're up.
How do you think the coverage unit has grown? Saban kind of mentioned some communication breakdowns early in the season that there might be fewer of now. How do you think that back end of the defense has grown over the season?
I think we really improved week by week. Like I said previously, we like to go into practice and mainly work on communication. Just make sure everybody's in the right spot. Everybody understands what they have to do. Post-snap and pre-snap. So, and I think that really plays a really big role in our success in the back end, and it kind of helps us out with linebackers as well.
Edwin Stanton, over to you.
Hey, Najee Harris has a chance. He's inching closer toward the Alabama's all-time rushing leader, and Devonta's inching closer toward being Alabama's all-time receiving leader. Could you just talk about those two guys and how they just go about handling their business and just kind of no rah-rah kind of thing? They just go out and handle their business?
Like a lot of other people on this team, the individual awards, we don't really like to focus on too much. We just try to make sure we do what we can as a team and just win as many games as possible and go out there and try to dominate. And, along with that comes the individual awards that, Najee and Devonta Smith are probably about to, get one day. But, they come in every day and work just like everybody else. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that they are, getting the attention that that they're getting right now because, we see it every day in practice. So.
John Zener, go ahead.
Yeah, Christian, does it seem like no matter who you're facing in the SEC, they've all got a tight end who's a really good pass catcher or a star receiver? Is that a challenge pretty much week in and week out? It will be this week again with Burks.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said earlier, in the SEC, every team can beat you at any point. Everybody has a lot of talent. You're in the SEC for a reason. So, Like I said, Arkansas has a really great offense. They utilize their tight ends and wide receivers really well in their offensive scheme. And like I said, I think it'll present a really good challenge for us.
These will be the final few. Haley Sutton, you're up.
Hey, Christian, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but when you see your offense making those big plays like Devonta's game or Najee's game, does it fire up the defense or maybe you in particular to also make big plays on your side of the ball?
Yeah, 100%. We all feed off of each other. Offense always comes off the field, whenever they're scoring. Saying, go out there, get a stop, go 3 and out, and that kind of motivates us because we see them doing their jobs, executing their play. So we try to go out there and do the same.
We'll finish up the final question for Christian with Ryan Hennessy.
Hey, Christian, I was just wondering what the coach's messages to you guys are with big games in the past and going forward with winning, but winning with class. What have they kind of said to you guys about that, especially going forward with some games?
Well, that's just how it's always been here, even before like the years I've gotten here. We just try to go out and win with class. We don't really focus in on, all the hype and the talking during the game. We just try to go out there, execute, and do what we're supposed to do. And then, if we win the game, then that's just how it is.
Thank you, Christian. We will be bringing Mac Jones up momentarily.